sure everyone shuts off their phones during the performance. If not, Mr. Virag will proceed to jump at you, take your phone, and take the hand in which he was holding. We hope you enjoy the performances tonight.
It is an absolutely packed house. For those of you that don't know, I'm the high school principal, Dan Consuegra, and I am very excited about tonight's performance. I've heard them warming up, I've heard them practicing throughout the week, and you are in for a treat. Okay? They have worked very hard tonight, so make sure you take pictures. Keep the flash off, but make sure you take pictures, because it will be a night to remember. Before they come out, I want to say one thing about Mr. Virag. These kids will walk through a wall for him. He is an absolutely fantastic teacher and has done wonders with this program. And I truly appreciate it. Like I said, they will be out in a minute. And I know you did not come here to hear me. So, enjoy the show.
everyone to the Apollo Ridge Band's 2019 Winter Concert. Could you please rise for the playing of our national anthem? That was the Dr. Jack Stamp arrangement, and Dr. Jack Stamp was my professor at Indiana University of Pennsylvania up at IUP, and he was an absolutely incredible teacher. And I do want to make sure that you understand, because that obviously sounds a lot different than the typical Star Spangled Banner, but in his program, he states that the national anthem should be a citizen's love song to their country. It is in that spirit that I revised this arrangement as my part to support those brave souls, living and dead, who continue to support freedom in our country. I would suggest that before performing this arrangement, you read the 4th verse of the Star Spangled Banner to the audience. It's a patriotic poem that is very, very touching. So you've probably never heard the 4th verse, but I will read it to you. Oh, thus be it ever, when free men shall stand between their loved home and the war's desolation. Blessed with victory and peace, may thy heaven-rescued land praise the power that hath made and preserved us a nation. Then conquer we must, when our cause it is just, and this be our motto, in God is our trust, and the Star-Spangled Banner in triumph shall wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. And anyone who's in here that is military, I just want to thank you for your service and allowing us to enjoy our freedoms that we have during this holiday season. Our next piece, if you would like to capture. Our next piece is titled Happy Christmas, War is Over, and it's a call for peace by the famous John Lennon. We hope that you enjoy Happy Christmas, War is Over. Our next piece is originally written by Eric Whitaker, who was originally a choral composer and eventually expanded into conducting as well as writing for band. The next piece is titled, and I need to make sure that I say this right, Lux Orumque. And that translates into light and gold. And it was originally written for the director of bands at the University of Miami. And in 2006, I remember sitting in the band under the direction of Gary Green in Carnegie Music Hall in Oakland as a sophomore in high school. And this was the first exposure that I ever had to this piece and Eric Whitaker. And I just remember thinking someday, whenever I become a band director, hopefully, that we would perform this piece. And the more that I looked into the lyrics, because Eric Whitaker wrote everything in Latin, the words that translate from Latin are light, warm and heavy as pure gold, and the angels sing softly to the newborn baby. It just really resonates to me for the true meaning of Christmas, and we hope that you enjoy Lux Orumque. Yeah, sure. Our next piece is not a Christmas piece, and I always tell the students every year that it's hard to do Christmas from August until December. So I always like to throw in non-Christmas music. And the next piece is called Fate of the Gods. And Fate of the Gods is by a new composer named Stephen Reinecke. He's a very, very famous composer that if you watch a lot of movies, a lot of his music is now in movies and on TV shows and all sorts of different places. So this is a Nordic mythology piece, and it describes several different things that happen in Nordic mythology. So the first 50 measures is the creation of the world. And in that world, there is both good and evil. From 52 to 118 is the development of evil, and in Nordic mythology, there is a god named Loki, who is all things bad. And it is followed by a part where you will hear the flutes, and they are the god Balder. So flutes, can you please find like 119, and can you please play that really, 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 really pretty flute part? Is it at 119? 119. 139. 139. 139. Yeah. Can you play that part? 139. Yeah. Thank you. And yep. So if you watch the Star Wars movies, that's a thing called a motive. And John Williams, a really, really famous composer, used things like that in Star Wars to kind of tell you about different characters. So that is the god of Balder. Any sort of dark, really, really scary sounding music is Loki. And at the end of the piece, you're going to hear a big, gigantic battle. And at the end of this battle is a creation of a new world. So we hope that you enjoy Fate of the Gods by Stephen Reinecke. please recognize our soloist, Destiny, our senior saxophone soloist? Can you please rise? Can you please have the trio, French horn, Dan Dunham, for the harp and each one of their solos represented a god from Nordic mythology. Before we start our next piece, I would like to have the 6th grade band. Please wait. You're moving. You're moving. Okay. You're going to go to the band room. You're going to get your instruments out, and you're not going to play. We practiced this today, all 7th and 8th period. Please report to the band room, 6th grade band. Make sure you have your music too. Okay, our final piece is titled Christmas Lights, and it's based on those viral videos on YouTube where people make these big gigantic displays of lights on their houses for Christmas and then set it to music. And it's in the style of Mannheim Steamroller and Trans-Siberian Orchestra. And we have some really, really fun little quirks to this piece. It slows down, it changes key signatures, changes time signatures. So we really, really hope that you enjoy all the carols and like the rock out in Christmas Lights. And I want to thank you for coming, and please be patient whenever we switch bands. Thank you so much. We will be back on stage with the 6th grade band here shortly. Thank you. we're going to have some student speakers because you've already heard me talk enough. So here's some 6th grade student speakers for you.
Up on a Housetop is a Christmas song written by Benjamin Hanby in 1864. It has been recorded by many singers, most notably Gene Autry in 1953.
Up on a Housetop is the second oldest Christmas song, outdone only by Jingle Bells. It is also considered the first Christmas song to focus only on Santa Claus.
Hanby owes the idea that Santa and his sled lands on the roof of homes to Clement C. Moore's 1822 poem, A Visit from St. Nicholas, also known as the night before Christmas.
Jingle Bells is one of the best known and commonly sung American songs in the world.
It was written by James Lord Pierpont and published under the title One Horse Open Sleigh in the fall of 1857.
It was originally written to be sung by a school choir, although originally intended for the Thanksgiving season.
Jingle Bells was on the first ever recorded Christmas album in 1889. We hope you enjoy Jingle Bells.
Our next piece is titled Dragon Slayer and is a very loud and aggressive piece, so be prepared. Break drum and gong contribute to the overall effect as the band embarks on an adventurous journey to a world where dragons roam free and no one is safe.
We hope you enjoy Dragon Slayer.
Be Merry Peeps by Ed Kiefer, and featuring an amazing drummer and senior, Corey Taylor.
Originally called God Rest You Merry Gentlemen.
But before we end the night, we'd like to give a big thanks to Mr. Vierak for putting up for us for 4 long months.
Our last band for this evening is the 7th and 8th grade band, and it is a big one. There's over 100 students in that band, so please, could you hang tight? We have some folks that are going to be changing out some seats, and for your enjoyment, we have a high school clarinet quartet that will be playing for you.
Hold on myself.
All right, my turn.
I want to make sure I got balance.
I get to do that.
Can drop.
Clarinet Quartet. We're comprised of 3 seniors. I'm Krista Womanorth, this is Cameron Chedlock and Victoria Clary, and our lone sophomore is Amber Schwade. And we're going to play Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen.
next piece will just be 8th grade, and it is the teaser trailer from Spider-Man Far From Home. So we hope that you enjoy Spider-Man Far From Home by just the 8th grade students. Our next piece will be Feliz Navidad by just 7th grade. Just 7th grade, Feliz Navidad. Our next piece is titled Dark Adventure, and Dark Adventure is a really, really awesome piece for this age group because it has so many different teaching moments. We go from soft sections to really, really intense sections. There's a lot of things called accidentals, which are sharps and flats, scattered throughout the music that is not part of the key signature. So this is a really, really awesome piece to teach a lot of different musical aspects. And the Dark Adventure comes from the musical adventure that we kind of take with all these students. They go through many, many different styles of playing, whether it's with all those accidentals, soft sections, loud sections, a little bit of both. So we hope that you enjoy Dark Adventure. Our next piece is titled The Victors, and it is the fight song for the University of Michigan. It is a wonderful, wonderful piece and a really, really catchy piece, especially if you are a fan of college football. It is a really, really fun thing for me that I really like to do every Saturday morning is, in particular, listen to some of the marching bands during those broadcasts. My wife and I, we recently went out to a town called Dresden, Ohio, where they made longer burger baskets. Where's my wife at? Hi, Gina. Okay. I'm going to tell her about when we went to longer burger baskets. baskets. So my wife loves Longer Burger baskets, and my whole house is set up with Longer Burger baskets all over the place. So we went out to the town where these Longer Burger baskets are made, and we went out this past, like, 2-3 weeks ago, where Michigan and Ohio State played each other. And it was such a wild experience. They X'd out all the M's in the town. Like, you're not allowed to have M in the state of Ohio the week of this game. I mean, it was crazy. But it was really, really cool to go out there, especially because we were performing the Victors, the Michigan fight song. But I also challenged our students. This is for high school and 7th and 8th grade band. We are one of the few schools around the area that have their own fight song. So the previous band director before me, Mr. Barolo, wrote the fight song specifically for Apollo Ridge, which is really, really awesome that we have our own specifically written for our school. Before, we played Ohio State, which is the huge rival of Michigan, which we were playing. So I challenged all the students. We don't have lyrics to our fight song. So I said, if you write, number 1, school appropriate, lyrics. Number 2, has to relate to Apollo Ridge, and preferably the places that we perform the fight song. Okay, I'll buy them pizza. And a limit of 3 pizzas at most, because now they're all teaming up and they're getting 30 kids together to try to get all these pizzas. So hopefully in the near future, we will have really, really catchy lyrics at our athletic events and any other events where we play the fight song, written by our own students. So just remind your kids, hey, are you writing those lyrics? Pizza. Pizza is the key. Pizza is the key. The next piece is the Victors from the University of Michigan. Our last piece for the 7th and 8th grade band is Christmas Time Is Here from Charlie Brown Christmas Special. Before we finish up, there's a ton of people that I need to thank, and I'm sure that I will forget some, so I apologize. And if you can look on the back page of the program, and there's a big list of everyone that I would like to thank. But number 1, I'd like to thank my awesome wife and my wonderful family for dealing with me. I'll come home and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm gonna get these kids to play. And she'll be like, you're home, just relax. And I'm like, no. But yeah, it's crazy. I also want to thank our amazing administration. The support that we get from the administration, Dr. Kirchie, Mr. Consuegra, Mr. Barta, and Mrs. Courtney Anderson down at the elementary is absolutely incredible. They make arts a real important thing in the school day, and we can't be nothing but thankful for that. That is absolutely amazing. So thank you to them and our awesome administration and our amazing school board, so thank you to them. Yeah, sure. I'd like to thank the music department and all those folks in our music department that help out. Those of you who are not in the music department day to day, like Mr. Query, I don't know if he's here today, but I appreciate all of his help with this concert. Mrs. Ponsick, our choral director, thank you so much. I can't see you, but we'll be switching rules here on Monday. Her choral concert is on Monday, so if you're interested in hearing more of the music department, she's been doing a fantastic job with our choir. So if you are interested in seeing our choir department, Monday at 7 o'clock, same place. And then I'm sure I'm forgetting more people. The custodian staff and maintenance staff, thank you for setting all this up, all your hard work. And the secretarial staff for also dealing with me. I asked a lot of them. And then finally, the parents and all of you who came out tonight, thank you for supporting arts and music in our schools. It really, really does make a difference. And finally, these awesome, awesome kids. They have been So please enjoy. Christmas time is here, and after the song, please drive home safe and have a very Merry Christmas and a great holiday season. Thanks.